Smoke is quieting down. Seems like we've got to a lot of the smoke. Dub, you got smoke?
So, on the Bleepless Pod, Queens Flip made a statement about supporting the machine. And by the machine, he means Joe Budden. Joe Budden has been putting some plays together behind the scenes, and the cast has changed their tone a bit. Flip said he is willing to do whatever to support. Look at the files.
That's my man. I'm down with, listen, I'm fully invested in supporting the machine. Like, my vision is totally different than it was last year. I want to support my man to go to the next level. I want to be an addition, a subtraction, if maybe, whatever I can.
Well, we are about to see how Queens Flip is going to handle this next clip, which is the great Prize Picks commercial that Joe Budden set up behind the scenes. Look at the files.
Send those picks in. What we running with today? You already know.
Joe, Trav is about to go off tonight.
Facts. That's the play.
Run it, and I'll see y'all tonight.
Might have to run that. I told y'all to run that. Come on now. You said it. Come on. You said it.
Download the Prize Picks app and run your game.
Run it.
That whole stunt that you...
That's right. You see him? Huh? You see him?
I sat here with my hands...
You see him?
I sat here with my hands folded and staring at you.
Arms mad short and little.
Yes. And because now, that whole stunt that you pulled in the beginning of the year, a couple of months ago, I see it. I put things together, and I'm actually perplexed. And I want to have a meeting with you.
No more
after
meetings.
This. No, not about me. About you, nigga. Huh? Acting like, you saw that fucking commercial, how much slots you had, nigga? Who the fuck you think you are? You trying to downplay some shit? You on billboards and shit?
All of the dinner meetings were to take place prior to the commercial airing. In case anyone missed Fat Joe's iconic saying a few years back.
Today's price.
Yesterday's price? It's not today's.
Say no more. Remember?
Yesterday's dinner is not today's dinner. I'm no longer begging anybody to
Same here.
No, you up to it.
I'm on the same type of time you on.
You up to it, that's it.
You didn't have to say that to me. You can say, I'm on your time now.
It ain't no more dinners. Dinners, if you didn't go to dinner with Joe Budden, you won't get a dinner. I'm sorry. It's lit now. Now you kind of see the vision a little bit.
I do.
Yeah, you want to spend time crashing out space, or should have ate. Should have ate something, nigga. Priorities. Wrong place. Yeah. Come on, it's out. Now it's out.
You look good.
It's tightened you up.
Yo, you all right?
Yeah.
Oh.
You like a doppelganger or something.
I ain't gonna lie, you have been a little different since getting on
you've
the
been cool.
joint.
You've been cool. I'm glad I got 20 in the hole with you, pause.
Yo.
This is a good time to have 20 episodes in the Talk with Flip, and then we're going to get to going. Then we're going to get started.
I don't think that's cool. I don't think that part's cool, but I have to accept it on my, I just don't think that's cool. Because the way you doing is so, like, you so
when you invest in some shit, and then you look up a year later and the Bitcoin just start booming. Get that text like, yo, check what Bitcoin is doing. I go right in the Flip page. Oh, shit.
We up? Stock up?
What?
Flip coin.
Flip coin is up.
Oh, shit. I'm lit. I start doing cartwheels in the crib.
Nah, Flip, you up. You up.
What?
You killing.
What?
Thank you. You
On,
killing.
man.
Thank you.
Salute, man.
Come on, man.
Love to see
Ain't
it.
nobody prouder. Anywho.
Twin.
Come on, stop, Lil. Listen to this.
Now, I personally don't feel a way that Joe Budden did a commercial with Prize Picks, and I don't feel like none of the cast members should have an issue either. I wonder if the commercial will change some of the dynamics on the podcast, and will the direction of the pod change, because Joe has spoke recently about building his podcast with his friends. But, in doing things like this, commercials, Prize Picks, it can change the morale of the cast, right? pocket watching. You know, these dudes get emotional for many reasons, right? They could go home and they ladies could be like, yo, you sitting there, why you doing all of that? You eating off that? Anything, right? Just real life things that go on. Now, in some way, this Prize Picks commercial does still help them all, you know, even if they didn't directly see any funds from it. Now, in the beginning of the year, episode 719, Joe Budden did gaslight Queen's Flip, but Flip handled it very well. Joe Budden was trying to compare Drewski to Flip, saying that Flip wasn't out here really getting to it, right? Flip remembered exactly what Joe did, and he was perplexed. Joe Budden's leadership approach on air seems to be a lot of tough love, and he pushes cast members to focus on their priorities, but it does have an effect on the podcast. Joe Budden, you know, must have downplayed his Prize Pick commercial on the back end of Queen's Flip. You feel me? But he did have a lot of slots where we did see Joe. Like Queen's Flip said, you know, in the last clip that I played here, you know, Flip was right. Now, as Joe being the leader and Flip being, in a sense, his protege to long-form content, you know, the podcasting industry and all of that, I can see how a protege would feel left out and getting partial information. Like Joe downplaying this Prize Pick commercial and it just being some fire commercial like it is. And, you know, I can see someone being hurt from that. That's like a friend telling you they got a basketball game at Madison Square Garden, but makes it seem like it's just a park run, right? Now, Joe Budden threw a hard jab at Flip, saying he should have been at dinners with him instead of crashing out on Spaces, and told him he needs to fix his priorities. Then went to say Flip has been tightened up since all of this mess, right? Now, I couldn't happen to think about when Joe said to Flip, he has 20 episodes in the tuck with him. Now, when Flip did come to the show, Joe had to help him out with some tax issues. And in helping him, I believe Flip had got some really nice coin during that time. However, what did they agree to in his contract? Does Joe Budden have him in some type of 360 deal? Did he invest in Flip in a way where he sees some types of Flip's proceeds or profits? You know, I don't know, but I really do want to pocket watch that. You know, a source told me that members on a pod only make $4K a month. And I was like, no way. You know, that's only $60K a year. Someone on Spaces on Twitter said they get 4K an episode. Now let's add that up, right? It's no way Joe was paying them $16K a week to pod. I feel like that's insane, but maybe I could be wrong. And Ian is Jewish, right? I don't think, you know, he would let all of that money leave the nest, right? They're like big savers, you know? That would be over $320K a month going out in payroll. And I didn't even add in Imani, Keebs, Erickson, or Corey. I just simply took Ice Parks, Ish, Flip, and Mel and multiplied the $16K, you know what I mean, times 5. Then I multiplied that times the number of weeks in a month. And, you know, I came up with that number, right? Now, there's no way Joe was cashing out like that. It wouldn't even make sense. I feel like Ish and Ice were very eager to pod in the beginning, you know, when the Rory and Maul split happened. So I can see them kind of taking anything at that moment and maybe renegotiating later on, like now or whatever. And same for the others, right? I can see Joe telling them, you got this going on and that going on. Just come pod with me and it's extra money. You know, it's extra from what you already do. Now, fast forward that. You know, do I think things have changed since the beginning? Yes, but not 4K an episode. Nor do I think they make 4K a month, which is very low. But with all this talk about Ice doing side gigs for money, you know what I mean? He just went, you know, out with them and he had hostings and bookings. He's doing a documentary. Ish doing side podcast deals and Fest appearances for money. You know, Flip always pocket watching and them questioning how Joe is, you know, is making money all the time. You know, it makes me wonder how much they get paid and are they really satisfied? right? It said on an episode recently that UPS drivers get paid more than them. So UPS drivers now make about $100K in New York. So they not making more than a UPS driver? You feel me? That'd be crazy. But Flip is killing it out here, Joe said, right? But he can just be hyping Flip up too, for Flip to stop pocket watching him around the cast. I don't know. One thing about Joe Budden I've noticed, he stays iron focused on his goals and will bash whoever. Like he bashed Flip in the beginning, and he was doing commercials with Drewski the whole time. You feel me? Setting it up to play with Drewski the whole time. Now, I'm trying to figure out, does Joe Budden want Flip to be more like Drewski, or is he really happy where Flip is? I don't know. I'm kind of confused with that. And do you guys think Flip handled the Prize Pick commercial well? Now, I honestly think he did handle it nice. It wasn't crazy, salacious. It was jokey to me. But it just raised a lot of questions. Like the cast members' pay. Right? Now, do you guys think that they're all being fairly compensated for their contributions to the pod? Let me know in the comments what you think. Give me your whys, your why nots and all that. Let me know. Break it down for Dub. And if you haven't, man, like, subscribe, comment, follow. Check out the Files with Dub podcast. We on episode 6 right now. Check us out. And we'll be back with the files.
My guy Dub, too. That's my man, though.
Gang.
That's my man, Big Dub.